Hi everybody, this is Lisa Miller. This is my cross-platform story project for MCOM 710 Fall 2017. I chose to do a blog format for my project and incorporate all of the elements that we needed to incorporate for the project. I chose the evergreen storytelling method because I think that a lot of the information that I'm sharing here today is relevant now and has probably been relevant 60 years ago when people were hiking the same trails, and will hopefully be relevant in the future. I did a template, excuse me, I did a timeline in my project proposal template to incorporate all of the elements, mainly to keep myself on task and make sure that I wasn't going to be caught off guard in the end of the project. When it comes to getting all of the necessary information together. This is one of the largest projects I've taken on in a long time, and I think that there's a lot of a learning curve here for me, so I was happy to have this. Some issues and obstacles. Obviously, I'm keeping an eye on the Skype for Business Recording Manager because this is the fourth time that I've had to do this. I've gotten fail notifications for the other ones, so pardon that. I'm sorry that it's up there, but I'm just a little worried that this is going to fail on me halfway through here. Picking a platform was a challenge for me as well. I started with WordPress and then realized that it was a little bit over my head for me as a beginner, and I'm sure that's available for a lot of people that want the flexibility in design and the creativity there, but I didn't have the luxury of time to be able to learn from scratch. So the Blogger platform provided me with a lot of great options here. When you scroll down, you can see there's layout and theme, and I got some really great early feedback from some friends of mine that checked out my blog and said that it didn't really look very good on a mobile device. So building this on a laptop really gave me the opportunity to get their feedback and improve that as needed. I did have to learn a little bit of code. This is the blog here. To be able to incorporate audio elements. And this little widget down here is something that looks fairly simple, but was actually quite a challenge for me to incorporate, as well as the audio clips that I solicited from friends and family about how to hike. Why they enjoy hiking. How to incorporate these in here was kind of a challenge. That's my cousin Cassie there, and she did submit some audio for me for this project. Thank you very much to Blogger Lab for helping me along the way. I did have to create an audio file Google site to be able to get all of the information via audio into my blog, and this tutorial was really immensely helpful, and this is the code that I ended up embedding into my site for that part of the project. So I incorporated text, photo, video, some sketches, and text, audio, video, sketches, and photos into my project here. And this is the site. These are some sketches for places that I have yet to go. And I was really thinking that I had a lot of great photos to draw from, and then I realized that my number 3 favorite site I didn't have any pictures of. And Valentine, Nebraska is in far northeastern Nebraska, and kind of remote and kind of rural. And I ran into a magazine publisher at a conference, tourism conference, and asked him if he had any staff photos that he wouldn't mind sharing with me for use on this blog. And I was very thankful to have the photos appear in my inbox a couple of days later. So I wanted to make it very visible for this project that these were used for, with permission, but it's also a good idea to get into that habit anytime you're using content on your site that isn't truly your own or in your project. I did also incorporate some video elements here, and this was an early video element let me tab over to that real quick. There was an early video element that I included which was this pre-hike gear video. And as you can see, it looks a lot less polished and professional when the videographer is shooting in the vertical mode. That was an early learning opportunity for me. And here's a later video that I took when I was shooting in the landscape format. So obviously it looks a lot nicer and a lot more polished there. I did also create a Pinterest board, and a lot of these components are pieces of gear that I've used over time and kind of learned the hard way that if you're hiking in the wrong gear, you're either not going to be comfortable or you could be cold or too hot. And definitely if you're more comfortable, then you're more likely to go out and explore. So I thought that that was pretty important for part of this project, and it appears alongside my pre-hike video post. So I always joke around with my husband and say that my paper national park map, you can see it's tattered here a little bit along the corner, is my most prized possession, and I need to insure it. And this catalogs all of the places that I've been since May of 2012. It's included in a post here, but I also thought that it might be kind of a piquing interest to include it on my Twitter feed advertising the blog and this project. So I did a lot of retweeting on here, a lot of hashtags and a lot of tagging, and didn't necessarily only post tweets when I had a blog post coming out. There's always opportunities when you're really active and engaged to get information out there and share it with the people that may be interested. So thanks for listening. Feel free to swing by my blog, which is by my own 2 feet at .blogspot.com, and click on the comment section and share with me your hiking experiences.